Hi everyone, here is Akhtar and welcome back on my YouTube channel, and this time I want to show you a more accessible team to try on the guild boss number 5. I'm really having fun with using this team because as you can see here I have two epic units. I have Verto, he is such a great unit. I have Lomas, same right here, he is an amazing hero, and I have Hizaro with one exclusive on him. And then I have Ben Austin, he is the king for the guild boss, so if you don't know what mythic to take first, maybe Ben Austin will be a great choice. Normally I recommend to take Ben Austin as first, or maybe Lucifer as first, or maybe another one, Luna, if you are not sure about the mythic hero you want to take for your account. So you are gonna see the potential of this team. This is a great one. But before we jump into the content, as always, if you enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. So here we are, let me run the fight and see what happens. This team is amazing against this boss. So first of all, before I run the fight in auto, let me explain some basic stuff. Ben Austin with the third exclusive will always use his ultimate, making all allies pursue the boss, so every allies will deal one extra basic attack on the boss every turn just thanks to the ultimate of Ben Austin. So that means two things. The boss will take more bleed damage and more direct damage from every source of your damage in your team. This is really important. Then I have Catherine. The third exclusive is not really mandatory. It is great to increase a bit your damage, but it won't make a huge difference during the fight because you will just have more often your counter attack on your heroes, but sometimes you won't have the counter attack when you need it, because the cooldowns are not the same with the boss and your cooldowns on Catherine, so this doesn't make a huge difference. But with Catherine exclusive 1 it is really important, so at her turn she can cleanse the attack down on your units and also the stun sometimes. Ben Austin with the ultimate can also cleanse the controls, so it is really important. Then I have Lomas. He is such a great bleeder. He can apply up to 6 or 8 bleeds using only his ultimate, so he is great to apply a ton of bleeds on the boss at once. Also he can trigger bleeds up to 6 layers using his ultimate, so he deals a crazy amount of damage. He can lower the resistance of the boss by 25%, so he is great. You don't need that much effect hit on your units to apply debuffs on the boss. His arrow without exclusive, he is great, but with the first one he is better because he can do the same as Lomas. He can trigger bleeds using his second ability up to 6 layers, so he will deal more damage. Lomas is also great because with his passive he will get a bonus in bleed damage over time. He will get up to 20% more bleed damage thanks to this unique buff. You are gonna see that. His arrow works the same, but his bonus is higher than Lomas one. He will get a 80% bleed damage increase over time during the fight, so it is why he is dealing more damage. Then I'm using Verto. He can apply an attack buff 40% on my bleeders, so it will increase their damage. And also he can passively increase the effect hit of my units by 22% without the third exclusive, up to 44% with the third exclusive, so he would be even better full exclusive. Then I have on my two bleeders this aura to increase their mastery. This is really important, so they will deal more damage. Same for my his arrow here. On my Verto, I'm using him with this Mastery Surge aura, so he will buff the mastery of my two bleeders at the end of his turn. This is really important to play Verto right after your bleeders. So as you can see, I have a bit less speed than my Hizaro and than my Lomas, so he will apply the buff right after they act. And so right after the boss will play, when my heroes will have the mastery surge buff on them. So it is optimal to do this, so the boss will take increased bleed damage thanks to the buff, because my bleeders have the buff on them when the boss acts. Okay, this is really important. And this is the same for the attack up. You want Verto to play right after your bleeders, so they have the attack up on them when the boss acts. So this is really important to do this to maximize your damage. And finally, I have the recovery on aura on Catherine, so she can heal more my units. And Ben Austin, the aura doesn't matter here, it's only a speed one. So now, enough talk, let's run the fight and see what happens. So look at this, this is the pursuit of Ben Austin, and first turn the boss already have 10 layers of bleed. 5 million damage on the first turn. Now my Hizaro triggers the bleeds, 12 million already. This is huge. This is a huge. Look at the layers of bleeds on the boss. He almost always have 10 layers of bleeds on him. And also my Verto is nice because if you can't tank the boss, he can lower his crit damage by 25%, so it helps a lot. It also can help in dungeons. Look at the damage. This is crazy, isn't it? So now the boss has a lot of debuffs on him, and also he has the feebleness too and the resistance down 25%. Also he has a less effect hit, so if I show you the effect hit of the boss, okay, he doesn't have the... Okay, he has less, 25% less effect hit and 25% less effect res, thanks to these two buffs right here. So this is really interesting. He takes so much bleed damage. This is awesome. Let me lower the speed a bit. 470k damage per bleed with Hizaro's bleed. Let me lower it. Look at the damage. This is so amazing. This is bleed damage, and this is doing better than HP, some HP burnings. 517k 517k with bleed. With bleed and only blue auras and purple aura on Verto. No legendary aura, and they are doing so much damage. 66 million, 71 million in 12 turns. This is doing great. I really love this team. Almost 100 million. Close to it. At the end of the video, I'm gonna show you the stats of my units. And the stuff and the emblems. So if you are curious, stay until the end of the video and you will see what I'm running on my heroes. And finally we are at 100 million in 16 turns. So if you don't know, if you have these heroes, if you don't know what kind of team you can run on the guild boss to deal a great amount of damage, and if you have Ben Austin, or if you don't have Ben Austin but you are planning to get a mythic hero, this is an idea of what you can try to build. And also I have 3 heroes from the same faction, so I'm gonna show you the buff they are gonna have, because it can be interesting. 118 million damage, 37 million damage on Lomas. It is insane. 74 million damage on Hizaro, who is only exclusive one. This is so great. This is so great. So now let's have a look to my stats. So this is my Ben Austin. He has a lot of speed, he is a bit tanky, but you don't need this crazy amount of stats on your Ben Austin. You just want him to play right after your Catherine and to be faster than the boss. So I'm using him with a feather set and a speed set. I'm using this aura on him to increase his speed a bit, but this is not useful on the guild boss. And I'm using him with these emblems, so he gets more speed here. Finally, I'm using Catherine here with a feather set and a speed set. She has a crazy amount of speed, and she is really tanky, but as I said for my Ben Austin, you don't need that much tankiness and speed against this boss in order to increase your damage. She has some healing effect. This is important, the healing effect, because I'm using her with this aura, so she can heal better my allies, and also with her passive she can heal a lot, so this is important on her. So I'm using these emblems on her, so speed 1, this is important. Then I am using a Verto. This is my Verto. He is faster than the boss. Guild boss number 5 has just 1750 speed, so he is just faster than the boss. I'm running him with a double hit set, so it is important on him to have a lot of effect hit for dungeons, so he can apply the debuffs on the boss. It is better. He is a bit tanky and so a bit faster than the boss, but this is pretty all. Then I'm running him with these emblems, so he is more tanky. If you need more speed, you can use this emblem. It's okay for the guild boss. And I have this aura on him in order to increase the mastery of my bleeders. Then this is my Lomas. I'm running him with an accuracy set and a first aid set. I don't care about the healing effect, but still it gives some extra speed and effect hits, so this is great on him. And mastery and effect hits there. So he has a lot of attack, 34k, and a lot of effect hit and mastery. This is all you need on him, and a bit more speed on your Verto and then the boss. If you can't reach this amount of attack, it should still be great. I'm using him with these emblems, so he has more attack, he deals more direct damage and also more bleed damage and some mastery right here, and he is more tanky thanks to this tree here. I'm using him with this aura, so he deals more dot damage thanks to the mastery. And finally, this is my Hizaro with a basic mastery and effect hit set. I'm using him with a bit more attack than my Lomas, 35k almost, and some effect hit and mastery. I'm running him with these emblems, so same as Lomas, and with the same aura as my Lomas, but maxed out, so he has more mastery now. So that was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, as usual, please like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.